If you follow my channel, you know I'm a massive NOMOS lover. For one, I love Germany, despite all of my German language shortcomings. Nachtgesang, Tiefseegrau, Schulzgrün. Secondly, I love Bauhaus design language, which I'll be gushing about in a future video. And for three, I can't think of another brand that offers the value that they offer. In-house movements, tested to chronometer standards, and even decorating their movements, all around the $1,500 to $2,500 price point for their entry-level pieces. That is unheard of. So today we're going to be looking at the new Tangentas NOMOS has launched at Watches and Wonders this year, and digging into the more technical side. So let's do this. Let's fully geek out. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and this channel is completely dedicated to the beauty and awesomeness of timekeeping. Something I need to say before we get into it, this video is sponsored by NOMOS. They got in touch with me before Watches and Wonders to ask if I'd be up for making a few videos about their novelties, to which I replied, "Is the Pope Catholic?" So I've had these in for a while now. I've got to spend some real time with these. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Looking at the basic case dimensions, these new models have a case diameter of 37.5 millimeters, a thickness of 6.8 mil, and a lug-to-lug of 47.7 millimeters. Something I should have said in my last video, but I didn't. NOMOS watches have quite long lugs, which does affect the wearing experience. Some people don't like the long lugs, some people love them. I'm one of those people. But either way, it is a design distinctive of the brand. So even though 37.5 millimeters might sound a bit small for a lot of modern watch wearers, these wear a little bit larger than you might expect. But turning this watch over, this is, to me, what really begins to set NOMOS apart, their movements. I've already said it once in this video, but I'm gonna say it again. I genuinely cannot think of another brand that offers as much as NOMOS does at the price point. Getting it decorated, in-house caliber, tested to chronometer standards for $2,310 USD is unheard of. So this is the DUW 4101 manual winding movement, which will give you up to 42 hours of power reserve. Each of these limited editions comes with an exhibition case back, and to me, this is exactly the kind of movement you want to see. Decorated beautifully, so German looking, Glashutte striping on the 3/4 plate and balance cock, NOMOS perlage on the base plate, mirror polishing or black polishing on some of the screw heads and location pegs, and the remaining screws are heat blued. Beautiful sunburst snailing on the gear train, and off to the right you can see the balance wheel and NOMOS proprietary swing system escapement working away. This movement offers a stop seconds or hacking seconds mechanism and 23 joules. The movement, to me, perfectly encapsulates what these are celebrating. So these are in 31 colors, celebrating over 31 years of the Tangente, and each color is limited to 175 pieces as an homage to the watchmaking heritage in Glashutte. I'm so lucky I got to go to Glashutte. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd ever get to go to Germany, let alone get to go to this huge watchmaking hub. It is the cutest little village tucked away in the Ore Mountains, completely devoted to watchmaking, and they take incredible pride in their watchmaking and the long-standing heritage. If you're ever in Germany, if you love watches, you need to visit Glashutte. This video is not sponsored by the Glashutte Tourism Board, even though I think it's going to sound like it is. That's just how much I love Glashutte. For me, it's all a part of the NOMOS charm, this German watch brand that is fiercely independent and thriving. To put it into F1 terms, German watchmaking is like cheering for Fernando Alonso, and Switzerland is like Max Verstappen. You don't want to be a person that cheers for Verstappen. In my opinion, this is one of the biggest standout things about NOMOS. The caliber is the beating heart of a wristwatch and something that put great care and pride and craftsmanship into. I had the absolute joy and pleasure of visiting their movement manufacturing facilities and the chronometer testing center, and it really reminded me of what we are actually saying when we say something is made in-house. I think when we get too deep into the world of watches, we can get kind of used to just throwing around words like in-house and decorated movement, to the point where these words begin to lose their meaning. At least this is what started happening for me. But to actually, go to Glashutte, see the people who are a part of decorating and making and testing these movements, you are reminded of the craft that goes into all of this. It reminded me of why I got into this hobby in the first place and the absolute charm of these timekeepers. Something to note, the exhibition caseback is usually something you pay a little extra for, but for these celebration pieces, NOMOS is gifting them to their customers as an investment into the people who buy their watches. In fact, these limited editions actually cost less than the standard model. NOMOS views this as an investment into their customers and into their collectors. And I said this in my first video, but I don't think I've ever heard a watch brand say that they want to invest into their customers. I've heard it a lot the other way around. Oh, you should invest into our company. Oh, our company's doing this. But I've never heard a brand express that much love and appreciation for their customer base. And it was refreshing in a way that I needed. When everyone else is raising their prices, NOMOS is gifting exhibition casebacks and saying, no, we want to invest in you. I don't know. I think that's really cool. Really stuck with me. But anyways, this video is supposed to be looking at the technicalities, and the technicalities don't stop at the movement. One of the big standout things for me when I first looked at these is the color matched date wheel. I don't understand all the ins and outs of color matching date wheels, but it's one of my biggest pet peeves when the date wheel isn't perfectly matched to the dial. Especially with a drop like this, where the colors are pretty bold and out there and stand out. You're gonna want these date wheels to be just particularly right. And they've smashed it. Perfectly matched date wheels. And if they're not matching, like say with the bubblegum, or most noticeably with the lacquettes, these are intentional styling choices. The different color adds something that would have been taken away if it was the same color, if that makes sense. Right, so now is the time of the video where I'd usually be showing the new colors I've gotten and talking about which colors are my favorite, but I haven't got the delivery of the final watches yet, so stay tuned for the next video. And that's also okay, because I've already seen too many, and I'm a very indecisive person. It's like the minute I think I really like one and this is the one for me, I'll see something different and I'll be like, ooh, or I'll be watching one of my videos back when I'm editing or something and I'll think, oh, that captured really well. Oh, that looks really nice on me in a way I didn't see that before. And this is exactly what happened to me and a colorway I wasn't expecting to like so much, the Schneesturm. In person, when I have all the other colors laid out, it's easy for me to be like, ooh, chilly. But when I was watching my last video back and trying it on again, I'm really taken with it. I know this is far more boring and subdued than the other ones I like, but bring up the leaderboard. I think we can officially take Tiefsee Grau out of the leaderboard. I'm sorry, my heart has left you, but you're still wonderful. And put in Schneesturm. That looks right to me. My favorite is still Schlossgrün, so the green one. But man, Super Sardine is very close as well. They're all so close. How do you choose between these colors? They're all so good. If I was rich, I might do like a moon swatch thing where it's gotta catch them all, try to get all the colors. But I'd have to be in a very different financial place than I'm in now. So that won't be happening. But anyways, guys, I just had to gush about the NOMOS movements and how technically fantastic these are. I'd love to know in those comments down below, which of these is your favorite? What's your favorite colorway? Can't wait to read your comments. And now let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful Pope tier patrons.